The Tapestry of Days, Rewoven. Lang, a middle-aged woman with a wide-brimmed hat, sat on her veranda, the morning sun warming her face. She cherished these quiet moments, sipping her tea as the world slowly awakened. A flash of vibrant red and blue landed gracefully on the railing beside her. It was Bubba, her beautiful eclectus parrot, her feathers gleaming. "Good morning, Lang," Bubba chirped, her voice a perfect, cheerful mimicry of Jervy's. Just then, Jervy, Lang's niece, arrived, her red hair a fiery beacon in the morning light. "Bubba, you always beat me to the good spots," she laughed, carrying a basket of freshly picked berries. "Morning, Auntie Lang." The boys are already causing a ruckus inside. From within the house, the sounds of Zildjian and Hendrik, both 5, engaged in an imaginary adventure, echoed with joyful shouts. 3-year-old Zafira, usually a quiet observer, sat on the floor inside, carefully arranging a small collection of smooth riverstones. She hummed a soft tune, occasionally glancing towards the boisterous play of her cousins. Jervy joined Lang on the veranda, the sweet scent of berries mixing with the fresh morning air. "Their imaginations are certainly running wild today," Jervy remarked, a fond smile on her face. As Lang and Jervy chatted, a peculiar shimmer caught Lang's eye. It pulsed gently from the edge of their garden, a faint, almost imperceptible light that seemed to hum with a secret, ancient energy. Bubba, still perched on the railing, let out a soft, inquisitive coo, her head tilted towards the garden's edge. "Did you see that?" Lang whispered, pointing. Before they could investigate further, a blur of iridescent green and brown zipped into view, hovering gracefully above a flowering bush. It was a tiny fairy, no larger than Lang's thumb, with dark green skin, a gumnut helmet, and intricate armor fashioned from gum leaves. "Greetings, esteemed Earth folk," she chirped, her voice surprisingly clear. "I am Bush Banane, a guardian of the ancient ways, and I bring an invitation." The children, drawn by the commotion, had rushed out. Zildjian and Hendrik gasped, their eyes wide with disbelief and wonder. "A real fairy!" Zildjian exclaimed. Hendrik, a little more cautious, hid slightly behind Jervy. Jervy, recovering from her initial shock, knelt closer. "An invitation, you say? To where, Bush Banane?" Bush Banane zipped around Jervy's head, a playful, ancient sparkle in her eyes. "Why, to the heart of the Bush Fairy Kingdom, of course. It is time for a special kind of learning. A fairy school for all who seek wisdom and connection to the land." Lang, though surprised, felt a familiar pull of adventure stir within her. She looked at the children's beaming faces, then at Jervy's eager smile. "Fairy school?" Lang echoed, a delighted smile spreading across her face. With a graceful flick of her tiny, luminous hand, a shimmering, swirling portal of emerald and gold light materialized in the very center of the garden, beckoning them forward. Bush Banane explained that fairy school was not merely for those born with wings. It was a sacred place where all beings could reconnect with the Earth's primal magic. One by one, guided by the tiny, luminous Bush Bananae, they stepped through the shimmering veil. The air around them crackled with an exhilarating energy, and a sweet, earthy scent, rich with the essence of ancient forests, filled their senses. They emerged into a world bathed in an ethereal, soft, glowing light, where giant ferns unfurled like emerald wings. The Bush Fairy Kingdom was a breathtaking spectacle. Trees with bark that shimmered like mother of pearl reached majestically for a sky dotted with constellations of living fireflies. Tiny, iridescent creatures, like living jewels, flitted between glowing blossoms, their collective songs a gentle, harmonious hum. Hendrik and Jervy looked around, their expressions a mix of profound beauty and magic. Bush Banane led them through winding paths of glowing moss to a vast clearing where a magnificent, ancient fig tree stood, a silent sentinel of untold ages. Its colossal roots formed natural, inviting benches, and its sprawling branches were adorned with bioluminescent moss, casting a soft, otherworldly glow. This was the heart of the Bush Fairy School. Lang gazed at the tree with reverence. Their first lesson was about the intricate, ancient language of the leaves. Bush Banane showed them how to truly listen to the rustling of the gum leaves, discerning the myriad stories they whispered. Zildjian and Hendrik, with wide-eyed enthusiasm, giggled as they attempted to mimic the subtle, nuanced sounds, finding joy in the simple act of listening. Zafira, ever the quiet observer, wandered slightly apart and discovered a small, intensely glowing flower. Bush Banane, with gentle reverence, explained how each delicate petal held a tiny, potent spark of magic, a secret message from the very soul of the earth. Zafira carefully touched a petal, and a soft, ethereal glow emanated from her fingertip, a silent connection to the ancient magic. As the sun began to dip, casting long, luminous shadows, Bush Banane led them to a hidden grotto. The air grew heavy with an ancient presence. "Here," she whispered, "you will meet one of the oldest guardians of our kingdom." A low, rumbling sound echoed from within the grotto, a sound that vibrated deep in their chests. From the depths of the grotto, a massive, shadowy form began to emerge. It was the Bunyip, a creature of immense power and ancient wisdom, its eyes glowing with a gentle, amber light. Its fur was like wet river stones, and its voice, when it spoke, was a deep, resonant rumble that seemed to come from the very earth itself. "Welcome, seekers of wisdom," the Bunyip intoned. The children, though initially awestruck, quickly found their courage. Zildjian, ever bold, asked, "Are you a friendly monster?" The Bunyip let out a soft, rumbling chuckle. "I am a guardian, little one, not a monster. I protect the ancient stories and the balance of this land." Hendrik, clutching Zafira's hand, stared up at the majestic creature. The Bunyip shared tales of creation, of the first sunrise, and the forming of the rivers. It spoke of the delicate balance of nature and the importance of respecting every living thing. Jervi, mesmerized, listened intently, her scientific mind attempting to reconcile the ancient myths with her understanding of the world. Leng felt a profound connection to the Bunyip's words, a deep resonance with the wisdom of the land. She understood that true knowledge wasn't just found in books, but in the whispers of the wind, the flow of the water, and the ancient stories passed down through generations. Bubba, perched on Leng's shoulder, watched the Bunyip with an intelligent gaze. The Bunyip then guided Zafira to a pool of shimmering water. "Look closely, little one," it rumbled. Zafira peered into the pool, and images of playful water spirits dancing amongst lily pads appeared on the surface, reflecting her own quiet joy. She giggled, reaching out a tiny finger to touch the shimmering surface. Zildjian and Hendrik, emboldened by their encounter, asked the Bunyip about its role as a guardian. The Bunyip explained that it protected the sacred sites and ensured the flow of magic remained pure. It showed them how to feel the subtle vibrations of the earth, teaching them to sense the health and well-being of the land. As their time in the Bush Fairy Kingdom drew to a close, they gathered once more under the ancient fig tree. Bush Banane, with a gentle smile, reminded them that the magic of the kingdom was not confined to this place, but lived within their hearts and in the world around them, if only they chose to see it. Leng carried a deeper serenity, a profound connection to the earth's ancient wisdom. Jervi had a renewed sense of wonder, her scientific curiosity now intertwined with a respect for the unseen forces of nature. The children, Zildjian, Hendrik, and Zafira, brimmed with boundless imagination and a joyful understanding of the natural world. Even Bubba's calls had taken on a more melodic, natural tone, her mimicry now imbued with the true sounds of the bush. She would often sing snippets of the fairy kingdom's harmonious hum, a living reminder of their extraordinary journey. The tapestry of their days, once familiar, had gained new, magical, and infinitely richer threads. With heartfelt goodbyes to Bush Banane and the Shimmering Kingdom, they stepped back through the portal, carrying the magic within them. They knew this was not an end, but a beautiful, ongoing connection to a world unseen, a world that had rewoven the very fabric of their lives.